my words exactly. In the Morelos Mountains, campesinos are planting their fields, where the ghost of Zapata rides a horse that can still outrun the wheel. High in the sky above and clear out of sight is the free Mexican Air Force flying tonight. Way up there in Kentucky, a cowgirl is cooling her heels, remembering that God gave us herbs and the fruits of the field. But a criminal law that makes outlaws of those seeking light make the free Mexican Air Force Mescalito riding his white horse. The free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight, flying so high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How strange an innocent herb causes money to burn. They'll jail you or kill you for making those rich fat cats squirm. But nothing can stop us, my vision is clearly in sight, and the free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight. While we smoking colitas, federales are loading their guns, blowing smoke from their six-shooters, spinning their barrels for fun. Contrabandistas, banditos of lies, we're the free Mexican Air Force and we're flying tonight. And high in the hills we are harvesting.
Oh, good Lord, good Lord, good Lord. I just went through all that. And I didn't even realize that my mic was muted. I'm really sorry about that, but man, you know what it is? I got butterflies in my stomach because I got some big guests coming up here tonight, man. In fact, I'm gonna start off introducing. I'm gonna start off with an old friend of mine who comes and helps me out all the time when I do shows, man. This guy's a two-time former world heavyweight champion. He's my brother. I want to thank him for coming up here, man. This is Timmy Witherspoon. This is Tim Witherspoon. Tim, my brother.
Hey.
Salute. I'm doing great, man. And you know, I want to bring on the guest of honor here, man. Well, first of all, Buster called me up and he asked me, he has a brother who's a historian, man. He knows his boxing. He wanted to come on here and talk to us. His name is Bruce Kelty. With a name like Bruce, how could I say no? So he's a dude. And Tim, I'm sure he's going to be a pleasure to meet you, man. Here's Bruce Kelty. Bruce, how are you, brother?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Hey, Bruce, how you doing?
Good, Tim. I haven't seen you since you fought on the Layla Ali, Jackie Frazier undercard.
Did I fought Monty Barrett Monty Barrett?
Yeah.
I fought Monty Barrett on that card. Oh, we talked and everything, right?
I can't recall, but I remember the fight was held in a big tent.
Yeah.
They set up a
All right,
huge
man,
tent.
let me get everybody up here because I got the guest of honor. This is the dude I was going to do my show with tonight by myself, and I was blessed to have Tim and Bruce, and maybe Chick Nolte will be coming up in a little bit. But, man, this man is a legend. His father fought Muhammad Ali. His father fought Joe Frazier. He made an impressive career. He retired at 26, and we're still talking about him today, man. This is a cat that I met a couple of weeks ago. He told me he'd come on and join me on air, and it's my honor to introduce you to Buster Mathis Jr., Buster D'Amato Atlas Jr.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Oh, that is great. That is great. Hey, Tim, man, you are a two-time heavyweight champion. I was just a contender. It was honor for
That's
me.
okay, Buster.
Hey,
you still was up there. You fought Tyson. Listen, you had enough to fight Tyson. You right there with us all.
Hey, I saw that fight with you and Larry Holmes. Come on. Golly. That is I'd rather fight Tyson than face Larry Holmes. I'm sorry. All right. But it's an honor to meet with you, Tim.
It's a pleasure all these years, yo.
All right.
Okay.
All right, hey, let's get started, Buster. Why don't you just tell these people a little bit about your career? I mean, you had a short amateur career. You came on a professional level. You hit it like a storm because of your name, because you had this awkward you had this crowding style. You weren't very powerful. You didn't knock a lot of people out. But man, you made a hell of an impact for 6 years in the boxing career. Tell us a little bit. How did you get into boxing? I know there was a thing where you were bullied and you had a weight problem. Tell us a little bit about you getting into the sport.
I went to school. I was bullied a little bit, had a little weight problem. You know, I tried to go to school just to try to fit in with everybody. Technically, I was the only black kid in there.
Whoa, where is this? Where is this?
It's in Michigan, Granville.
Okay.
This is about 1984, 85. And I remember I tried a lot of sports, football, I tried wrestling, tried track, you know, and I just didn't know where to fit in. So I was sitting there, I came home one day, and they had this show on featuring Joe Frazier. And I saw Dad at like 300 pounds, moving like Ali. Moving like Ali, fighting Joe for the Olympic trials. I said, okay. So Dad started the gym with Bruce and a couple more fighters. Because what happened is that I wasn't interested in boxing, but Dad was very interested, and he went back and became a trainer. So he had a gym called Pride Boxing Gym. I did not care about boxing, and I was a big fat kid. So I just wanted to. So one day I just came home, and they had a special with Joe Frazier. I saw this 300-pound guy named Buster Mathis moving like Ali, winning the Olympic trials with Joe Frazier. I said, "Oh my God!" People used to make fun of me when I was fat, but Dad, you 300 pounds, you moving like that. Can I do that? And you know, Dad would try to talk me out of it. No, you can't do that. I said, "Well, you going around training other people," and I just begged him. Well, when I was in high school, I used to quit at everything. You know, I used to quit. I quit at football. I did football, but I quit. Did track, I quit, and I was doing wrestling.
Bruce.
So Dad said,
yes.
So Dad said,
"Wait a minute, little champ. Isn't this beautiful? You got the son you got the son of Buster Mathis
Uh-huh.
talking to everybody on TV, and they missing this. When you're so serious, no, we ain't hear from you. Ain't nobody hear from you in a long time, right?
Right.
We got the son. Come on, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. So I was in wrestling. I said, Dad, can I trick that? He said, you know what, Bus? I will train you, but you can't quit wrestling.
Okay.
I said, if you
Good
stick
advice.
with wrestling, then after wrestling, I will train you. I said, I wanted to quit wrestling, go into boxing. He said, no, everything you did, I quit. So if I proved to him that I could stick with wrestling, he would train me. So I had to went back to wrestling, get my ass kicked, people making fun of me and all that stuff. But I stick with it because I really want to learn how to box. After I got done with wrestling, all right, I came back and said, Dad, can you train me? And the rest began. And that's where again. So after that, I won state, novice one time, then I won open one time. Then I turned pro in '91. Had a couple of about 10 fights. Then I had a fighter with the bounty hunter and Bruce.
Mike,
I did not like him.
Well,
I sparred with him. Go ahead.
Well, no, the thing I want to say about you, Buster, you've had 3 fights declared no contest.
Right.
And that was one of them. And in such a short career, I mean, what's going on? These guys, Mike the Bounty Hunter, they found cocaine in his system. That was the reason.
You can't catch that guy. That guy, I was talking about him the other day. He moves so much you cannot hit him. But my trainer showed us how to do it. Go ahead, Junior.
All right. So after was a no contest with Mike Bounty Hunter. All right. Then I had more fights.
That real quick? Can you explain that a little bit? No contest.
And no contest. Well, yeah. Well, Bruce, Bruce, how did it go? Because I know after the fight, Dad
Bruce should know.
Yeah.
Well, Mike,
he should know, but Bruce doesn't know. Half of the people think he knows.
We had a lot of problems with Mike before the fight. Mike Hunter was sneaking out at night from the hotel and getting cocaine.
Yeah.
And so we knew there was a good chance Mike was going to fail the drug test, and he was coked out of his mind.
Wow.
Fight. He blew the meter off the drug test. And I remember about the 7th round, Buster said, "This guy's getting stronger every round." But Tim was right. Mike Hunter was a really good fighter, and he ended up getting shot to death police incident. But he was one of the few guys that could routinely spar with Tyson.
Yeah.
Along with Oliver McCall, was the same way.
Both of them. Wow. You get that knowledge you got. I've been hearing from the sparring partners about sparring with him, and you couldn't catch the bounty hunter. I sparred with him, but we caught him. You go straight to his body.
Right.
Go straight to his body. Forget about that. You got to be in good shape. And we made him cuss my trainer out afterwards, but nobody could get the bounty hunter. He know that nobody could catch him. I was trying, and then when my trainer said, "Tim, go to the body, keep going to the body." Then after a couple of rounds, start going to the head, and it worked. He cussed my trainer out after the thing. He's mad. He threw his gloves down. Well, it's hard to get that guy. It was hard to get him.
It was hard to get him.
His son is an active heavyweight right now too.
Right.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So talk about father and son, man.
Uh-huh.
We got them all over the place. We got Tim, we got Buster. Damn, and man, I guess once it's in the blood, it's in the blood.
Yes,
but no, after that fight, man, you had one of your best showings, Tyrell Biggs for the
I'm getting kind of scared. Bruce kind of sharp with his answers. Bruce,
hey, man, call me ass, man, because Bruce knows what he's talking about down there.
I wouldn't say too much.
I'm loaded with gas over here, man. So I mean, Bruce was in the corners. He looks like a man. Bruce, you were a promoter, a matchmaker for 25 years in the game.
I was a matchmaker and booking agent for a long time. Work corners and that type of thing too. But the last 25 years or so, I specialize more in booking guys. Today, it's cheaper for many guys not to have a manager who gets such a big piece of their money. So a lot of boxers use booking agents instead. You know, normally we work for 10%, and the boxer gets to keep, you know, by far the bulk of his money, so it's cheaper for him. And with YouTube, the boxers can find out how tough the opponent is. So it's not, you know, there are no secrets anymore because you can't say somebody's a bum, and they go to YouTube and find out he's not a bum.
Yeah, whole different world. Hey, before I forget, let me just shout out the people that came in here, man, because without them, we'd be a barbershop with all of us talking over here, man. I want to, you know, I love these people that come in here. My friend Joe, my brother from Ireland, thank you for coming in here. Mary Teresa's St. Hamster, thank you, sister. Jose Diaz, appreciate it, my brother. Nick M's Classic Boxing Channel. I mean, one of the best channels on YouTube. Nick gave us permission to use some of his fights. He's got one of the biggest libraries. He's got a Bill Caton style boxing library at his disposal. Great guy. Major Key Boxing, my brother. Thank you for coming by. Picasso, my man, appreciate it. Norris of Loxley from over in the United Kingdom, man. He says he's gonna share this broadcast, so we'll have more people seeing it. My brother Reggie Owens, man, thank you for coming by. Carlos Mendoza. Picasso, I already yelled at you, right, man? Skywalker, thanks for coming by here, man. And I don't want to leave out anybody, man. It's Michael Johnson, thank you for coming by. All right, man, let's get back to boxing. Guys, take over for me, man.
Okay, so what we left at after Mike Bowe?
That Tyrell Biggs fight, that was one of your better performances.
You know, I really respect Tyrell Biggs because he's like the go-to guy that if you get past him, you're gonna, you know, fight. You know, ready for a really title fight or world championship fight. Because I really respect the guy because everybody fought him. You know, so
I was with him a couple of days ago.
I was going to say Tim and him are brothers.
So so after that USBA title, then afterwards, then you went to Riddick Bowe afterwards, Bruce. After Tyrell Biggs.
After Tyrell Biggs. Your next fight was Sherman Griffith, and then you went to Riddick Bowe.
Sherman, he was tough.
Oh yeah, Sherman dropped me. What is it? He rocked me like.
Yeah, you were down in the first round.
I fought him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Sherman. I think I fought him. Yeah.
Right. So yes, I fought Sherman Griffin. After that, I went to Riddick Bowe.
Okay, now stop right there. That Riddick Bowe fight. You were doing pretty good with Riddick Bowe for the first few rounds, and then he started catching up to you. You took a knee, and he knocked you cold, brother. Another no contest. What was that all about?
Well, he hit me with a good liver shot. See, when the guy get hit with a good liver shot, it's like labor pain.
Oh,
you have to go on the knee, okay? So he hit me with a good right, and I thought the ref was gonna jump in, but he went up there and hit me, and no contest. So that was something. So after that, then what was that? Then was it another fight? Then the Tyson fight?
There were a couple more fights in between there, man. You fought Mike Faulkner, Lyle McDowell, Gary Lane. Gary Lane's a tough guy.
Yeah, Gary Lane.
Oh, and then, bro, Alex Garcia. He was another one who had a lot of push behind him.
Yeah, I think Alex Garcia helped build that fight with the Tyson thing. I have to look very, very good in that fight.
Yeah, you had the USBA heavyweight championship.
Right. Uh-huh.
And then you were undefeated, and you ran into Mike Tyson.
Right. Ran into Mike Tyson.
How did that come about? Tyson just did 5 years in jail, right?
Bruce, how'd that come by? He knows. All
right, man. Tell us, Bruce.
Well, I mean, the Tyson fight, he'd already fought Peter McNeely. So
Peter McNeely, that was the first fight out of the can.
Second fight back, yeah. But I'll tell you a funny story about Alex Garcia. Tim knows that, before a fight, one man from the other man's corner goes in the other locker room to watch the hands being wrapped. So I was watching Alex Garcia's hands being wrapped, and Mike the Bounty Hunter stopped by the dressing room. He didn't know who I was. And Garcia said, "What is this Mathis like anyway? I don't know anything about him." And the bounty hunter said, "Oh, he's just a big fat sucker." He said he can't break an egg. He said, "Don't worry about it." And it turned out Garcia never won a round. He lost all 12 rounds. But he was a tough guy, but Buster had a good defensive style. You know, not like Tim. He didn't get hit a lot.
That's what Tim talks about defense all the time. That's why, man, look at this guy. Almost 65 years old, sharp as a tack.
In a couple of days.
Couple of days. Me and you both, man. Couple of days.
Not a couple of days, on the 27th.
The 27th. Yep. And Buster, you're a big proponent of defense too, man. Did your father instill that in you? Because he was a defensive master also.
Oh yes, yeah. Hit and not get hit was the name of the game of boxing. Hit and not get hit. So you know that custom model style of boxing. You know that style of hit not get hit, doing the system, working the willy, moving your head. And so I really grew up on that.
Well, let me say something real quick. You know, coming from where I came from, when you hear a trainer say hit and don't be hit, that tells me that he don't know how to teach defense. This is what we think. When the trainer just tell you to do offense all the time, he really his defensive education that he has is not good. So a lot of trainers were saying hit and don't be hit, like, because they can't teach you how to put them up there,
Right.
cross them over. They can't teach you that, so they tell you that. This is what I heard.
Right.
And experienced it too.
Well, you know, if the fighter keep on getting hit, he's not gonna last long in this game anyway. You know?
Especially heavyweights, man. You guys hit like mules. It's not like getting hit by a bantamweight. I mean, you guys.
Man, they got some small guys that knock the hell out you.
Hey, let me say hello to my brother Trick Nolte, my brother for life. He's the one who introduced me to Buster. I mean, Trick is such a nice man. And Trick, thank you so much for gracing my panel over here, brother.
You didn't announce the new.
Hey, you're welcome, Buster. What's going on? Seeing you again, huh?
How you doing? How you doing?
Hey, Trick, this is my brother Tim Witherspoon too, man.
Everybody on the panel, how y'all doing?
Okay.
Who?
Tim Witherspoon.
Yeah, Tim, I've been on the panel with you before. You probably don't remember, but I've been on the panel with you before. Yeah, how you doing?
On the panel before.
And that's Bruce Kelton,
the other
man.
gentleman, how you doing?
He's another guy who knows a little more about boxing than most of us do on this planet, man. Pleasure to have him on here too.
So, Trick, how do you have two names, Anthony Carter?
Houston. Well, that's my government name.
Go ahead, Bruce.
That's my government name.
Finish, Bruce. I know you was asking him a question.
So I just wanted to know how he had two names.
Tim, you fought my man Mike Williams from Houston.
Oh, okay.
You talking about me, right?
Tim, you fought Mike Williams.
Yeah.
That dude could punch. He was tall. He could punch. He needed some more skills though. He could punch and he'd fight you. He was the guy that went to jail and came out, right? Big tall Mike Williams.
No, Mike. So. He never went to jail. No, he never went to jail.
Oh, that's somebody else, man.
I think you're talking about Mike the Giant White, the 7-foot guy, the big tall guy.
No, not him. This guy was thin and taller than me. He was taller. I'm 6'3". He was a little bit taller than me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well,
maybe Joel Scott. Maybe
we try to stay out of those facilities around here, man.
Yeah, I know Joel Scott went to jail, heavyweight. Yeah. Clifford Etienne, I think he went to jail, a while back.
He's still in jail.
Yeah.
I did fight this Mike Williams, though. They said he was incarcerated. I did fight a Mike Williams. I can't remember where he's from. And he's like 6'4", he's tall and got muscles. I had to chase him, but he did fight me at one time. And he hit me in the ribs. He hurt my ribs, but I still won the fight. I won by a decision, I think. I don't think I stopped him.
Yeah, it was a decision. Yeah.
Mercury Mike. I think it was Mercury Mike.
No, it was by decision.
It was that decision, but
he played in Rocky IV.
I think his name was Mercury Mike, I think. Or Mighty
Mike Williams,
Mike. What was it?
Yep, that was him.
Okay,
Mercury Mike Williams. Yeah,
Okay,
What's the guy
Mercury.
who played, he played Kane in Rocky
but
Rocky 6. Let me look on your record, Tim. I'll see when you fought him.
one of them Rockies. One of them Rockies.
You played on the Rocky movie. You was a star.
Hey,
of the
Buster,
Rocky
remember the other day we was talking? Oh,
Yeah.
me? No, nah.
All right, let's get back to it here, man. I got a little spaced out there.
Uh-oh.
All right, Buster.
Yeah.
Now, today, I understand you have a foundation. You're dealing with kids who got bullied. You're teaching these kids to grow up the right way today. How's that working for you, bro?
It's working real good. I'm a teacher right now at the Kent ISD, and I love teaching. And I just right now I'm just trying to get back to because I'm a type of guy that I had a wonderful family, great father, great mother, and a lot of kids didn't grow up like that. So going in there and really help them try to change their perspective about everything. That's it's
That's
my life.
fulfilling, man. It's definitely fulfilling, man.
Yeah,
Get these kids off the street. Get them to respect each other. Teach them the value. You use boxing in your program.
yes, we do. We do boxing. We do. It's more like philosophy, the
Mhm.
same stuff that I grew up with. And it's all about character development. No, you got to have that. You got to have that character. And I think that's missing in a lot of kids. And have the attitude. You got to be more stoic. You know.
Man, yeah, it's definitely great that you're still doing that because, man, a lot of people don't realize you retired from boxing. You were only 26 years old.
Right.
A lot of these guys now are just getting into boxing at that age.
Right.
Why did you get disillusioned at that age with boxing? Did you say, screw this, I want to go back to school?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because to me, boxing was a stepping stone for something else. I liked the boxing, and I love boxing when Dad was around. But boxing, Dad really told me, said, "Buzz, if you want to do anything in life, fight Mike Tyson, and everything else will come along." So so boxing to me was just a stepping stone. And he always said, "You gotta use boxing before boxing use you." So that was my philosophy. Going in, get in, and get out. That's it. So
You
I
could have took
retired.
it serious and went a long way. You could have took it serious and went a long way. With
Yeah,
some good.
well,
You had the name. You had the name.
I had the name, but one thing, Dad fought Ali. I fought Tyson, some of the best name in the world. I was cool with it. I was satisfied. I wasn't too greedy, So I just get up and just chill out and live a simple life, and just have a good name. It's very good. Applying for a job and say what things you did in your life. I said I fought Mike Tyson in front of 42 million people. So that there's nobody ever when I walk to a restaurant or a school has the courage or the balls to fight Mike. So that's one thing. It makes me different, not better, but different. So that's how I look at it. And I'm
Okay.
still growing too. I got my degree in college. I'm going back. Hopefully, get my master's degree, and keep on going
Congratulations.
and keep on doing what I need to do. So to me, I use boxing before boxing used me. So that's how I looked at it.
Telling the truth.
And you
Uh-huh.
never got that desire to come back for a comeback. I mean, just the name alone, you could make 6 figures, maybe 7 figures. Did you ever have that allure to make a comeback?
No, I tell you right. My last fight with Lou Severese. All
Mhm.
right, and I lost that fight. He knocked me out. And I tell you something. I don't remember the fight. I do not remember the fight at all.
A lot of fighters say that. A lot of the fighters that we talk to who suffered a knockout loss, they don't remember.
I do not remember the fight.
So that's
tells
scary.
that no, I don't want to fight no more. I don't even remember. I don't remember training for it. I don't remember nothing of the fight.
Wow, man. Wow. That's intense. Hey, let me shout out to Tony Boswell. Carl.
That's scary.
Yeah, that's very scary, man. Carl's in here, man. My brother Big Duke is in here. Aloha Rams. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, man. I got a light shining in my eye. And my buddy Jeff Lucietta. Thank you so much, man. I'm in here with my brother Tim Witherspoon. I got Trick Nolte in here. I got Bruce Kelter in here, and I got a special guest, man, who's never been on that show with me before. A guy I just met a couple of weeks ago, but it's truly an honor to have him on, man. His name is Buster Mathis Jr. I want to ask you, how did you get that nickname? How did you get that middle name?
Oh, cause Dale was trained by Cuss, and Dale loved Cuss, and everything I did was with this peekaboo system, number system, and moving your head and all that stuff. So it's like this one thing. Let me tell you a little story. And I always tell these people, remember we went to the Peter McNeely fight, Bruce? And remember we went to the Peter McNeely fight? Yes. All right. And I was sitting, I think, on the 6th row behind Mike Tyson. And one of his trainers was yelling the numbers 7725, and Mike was throwing them. So I had an idea. When I fight Mike, I'm going to listen to that corner because I know the numbers. So every time Mike yelled the numbers, I know what's coming.
Wow.
So that was my secret of dodging a lot of punches.
That's a good story, man. That's a really good story.
Because we really train in the system, and Dad really loved Cuss. You know, I think that's what and Cuss was really like a godfather type of mentor. I only talked to him one time when I was about like 12 years old.
Yeah, a lot of the trainers be using that number method, and I don't really why they throwing the numbers. Why they throwing the numbers?
That's for Tyson. Kevin Rooney used to yell those numbers out 6624, and boom, the opponent would be out.
Right, exactly. Well, the number system is that every even number is right hand, and every odd number is the left hand. Right, and each number symbolizes a punch. Like a 7 represents a jab, a 1 is a left hook, a 2 is a right hand, a 3 is a left uppercut, 4 is a right uppercut, a 5 is a right to the body, and a 5 is a left to the body, and 6 is the right to the body. So when you yell those numbers out, it symbolizes the punches you need to throw.
That's kind of like learning all them letters when you got to fight. I don't know. It's probably good for some people, but I'm a simultaneously guy. Right after bang, bang, bang. But to hear the number, boom, then throw it, boom, boom. It worked for you, though. It worked for you. It worked for you.
It worked for me. Yes, it did.
Okay.
But Tim, I always want to know, how would you think you did if you fought? I love that fight with Larry Holmes. How would you think you did with Tyson?
With Tyson,
yeah.
It's hard to. I mean, this is the thing. I know that I look at things like this. Tyson fought Quick Tillis and went 10 rounds with him, right?
Right.
I knocked Quick Tillis out in the first round. Cole, I hit him. He went down 3 times.
Okay.
There's different areas where I said, you know what? I know I could do real good. I know I do. If I get in good shape, get my breathing right. If for that particular fight. Don't have no problems at the time. At the time, you know, a lot of boxers were getting ripped off. Our heads wasn't in the right place. Be thinking about money and fighting, and you can't manage yourself. And you can't manage yourself and fight. You got to have somebody you could trust to take care of that business while you train hard and get ready for the fight. And if anybody tell you they do, they ain't tell you the truth. It's hard. So a lot of things like that was going on. And when you asked me what you think I would do, I never thought about it because I wasn't in shape a lot. So let me see. If I was in shape, I know that I could beat them. Yeah, I'll say I know but I have to be focused. I got to be in good shape. You know, these guys were lifting weights. They were stronger. I was strong too. I was strong, but they lifted weights, and I didn't really. The old heads, the old timer trainers, they don't really want you lifting a lot of weights. And I was born in an era where we were starting to lift weights.
Right.
We were starting to lift weights because right now they didn't want. When I first started, it was stay away from weights. But then as my career went on, it was like, yo, it's okay to lift them now. The old time trainers don't really want you lifting the weights.
Right.
But then they eventually, yo, man, that's cool. They can lift weights now. So I believe if I was in the same shape, I think I could win by knockout. A lot of these fights because I was clever and had a good defense. And Tyson you can't take nothing from him.
Right.
That dude was ferocious. He was ferocious. So you have to be in shape. So I'm saying, do I think I could beat him? Yeah, I think I can. I think I can, but it's kind of awkward because of how I was brought up in the boxing. Not as a kid, you know, when all this stuff was going on. So I can't picture myself, well, yeah, I could do it. Because a lot of my videos, you can see me doing really good fights, and some of them you see me not doing good. Like Lou Savarese, I just went in there to get the money to pay the bills. I hate to say that. When I got in there real quick, and I'm going to let you go, I got in there with Lou Savarese. I was going to fight him, but it was like a flash knockdown. I wasn't hurt or nothing. So the ref called it off. I was happy because I was getting paid.
Right.
You know, I wasn't going to get another shot at the title again. So I'm not going to lie. I took several fights. I just was taking them to get money so I could pay bills. And I knew that I couldn't get the title again. So I was just trying to make money. Now, I didn't want to look bad. So some of the fights I got knockouts. Some of the fights I lost decisions where I could have went, like Monty Barrett. That fight could have he edged me a little bit.
Right.
But if I was fighting these guys when I was younger, I think I would have really did a good job, knocked them out, Monty Barrett. But I had too much going on here that caused me not to really perform, you know, like everybody else. Evander ain't had no troubles. That dude's lifting weights. He come bang, bang. He ain't had no troubles.
Right.
Just a lot of boxers didn't have no troubles. But that was mine. I got ripped off, and I was really concerned about other boxers getting ripped off when I got ripped off. So my head wasn't really gung-ho to go fight these big fights.
But you know, there's that famous story. I hate to bring it up again, Tim, but in case no one's ever heard of it, you went to England. You were the world champion. You went in the champions in the contenders' backyard. You got short money. Plus, when you got home,
90,000.
You didn't get any money at all. Yeah, you got burned. I mean, people listen to that today. And explain. Go ahead, man.
No. Listen, I'm cool. Listen, it's over. Don King did what he did. I'm cool. You know what? I'm cool with him. I didn't do anything wrong to nobody. I'm cool with him. I'm going on with my life. I'm trying to make my life happy.
But
kids.
I'm
gonna tell you. What you want me to tell you about going over there?
Yes.
When I went over there, I didn't even know how much money I was getting when I was going to fight Bruno. I didn't know how much money I was getting. And then when I got there, I didn't know. After the fight, I didn't know. When I got home, that's when I found out how much I was getting. And so I got a $500,000. Out of that, Carl got half of that. Then they deducted all this other stuff. So I went home with about 90,000, and I still paid everybody. And I knocked this guy out in his country, and I was the champ and went over there. But after, real quick, and then you can take it. I don't talk about Don anymore, but Bruce, no, I don't talk about it. He did his thing. I'm cool with it. I'm going on with my life. I'm happy. I don't want nothing, no more roadblocks. I'm gonna take care of my kids. It was wrong, yeah, but it's over. I'm over it. I'm on my way. I'm the rest of my life. I want to be happy, so I want to leave that in the past.
Hey, Bruce, quick
Yeah.
question. Do you think boxing is less corrupted or more corrupted than back then?
You talking to me, Bruce?
Yeah.
I'm Bruce Gas. You're Bruce.
Okay. I would say this, and I think Tim Witherspoon would agree with this. Having to deal with all the promoters I've dealt with and attorneys, I'd say professional boxing is 80% corrupt and about 20% legitimate. Once obviously some club fights are, there's no money in some of these fights, so they're legitimate fights. But when you get to the levels that Tim was talking about, and you realize how dirty this sport is. I mean, I'm just being honest. I love boxing, but I will tell you one thing. Tim went through a lot of grief in his career. It's a matter of public record. A lot of people don't know that the night before Buster fought Mike Tyson, I got a call to go to Cedric Kushner's hotel room in Philadelphia. And he said, we need to renegotiate the purse the night before the fight. This is live national television on the Fox network. He said, you need to take $100,000 cut. And he said, Mike Tyson has agreed to take a $5 million cut. And Carl Daniels has agreed to take a $100,000 cut, a big cut. And either that, take it or leave it. And so I said, I'm not going to agree to anything. I'm going to confer with Buster and Joe Frazier, who was our trainer, who I'm sure Tim knows Joe Frazier. We got together. Frazier said, if you want to leave right now, we'll leave Philadelphia right now and let King find somebody else to fight Tyson, because Don King, we were told, said that Tony Tucker was willing to fill in on one day's notice because he was already there in Philadelphia. So we agreed to take a $100,000 cut, and later found out that no other fighters on the card took a cut. And also at the same time, Buster's manager, we found out, who we later sued, was found guilty of misappropriation of funds. And that was another $100,000 gone. So that kind of takes your heart out of the sport. And I can understand why, at the end when we got to Lucev Reese and that, you just kind of lose your taste for it. That's just reality.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Also, when we were in Philadelphia the night of the fight, our motel rooms were burglarized at the downtown Marriott. And Joe Frazier lost his jewelry. Buster lost $4,000. Carl Williams lost money. The people were able to get in with their pass keys at the downtown hotel there, and we couldn't collect on that because Pennsylvania has a law: if you have any valuables, you have to lock them in their safe.
That's the inside job. That was the inside job.
Exactly. That was the inside job.
And as Tim knows, you have to pay your sparring partners pretty much in cash. So Buster had a little more cash than he would normally carry, and they found it hidden in his luggage. And we were not able to collect a dime of that. Poor Joe Frazier lost his jewelry, and it was those are the kind of things we've never gone too public on it. But
somebody that worked there had
it had to be somebody come in with a pass key, and they obviously knew we were not at the hotel. It was on TV, so
that was planned. Yeah,
Man.
got it all.
That wasn't a simultaneous thing.
We were in Pennsylvania a few weeks ago, Tim, at that Legends weekend, man. And the hotel I was in, they didn't even clean the room. We went back on Saturday night, and they didn't touch it. And they said because of the pandemic, if you stayed 2 nights, they were staying out of your room. And I'm saying, yeah, but I got wet towels on the bathroom floor. But hey, at least my wristwatch was still on the table, though, man.
Whoa, you lucky.
I'm lucky, bro. I'm definitely lucky, man. I'm lucky, man. So, hey, Buster.
Yeah.
I want to mention one name, and I know Tim's got a special connection to this name. Your dad fought him. Did you ever meet him, Muhammad Ali?
Yeah. Uh-huh. I met. Oh yeah, I met him one time. Um, our dad had a gathering in Michigan, and it was for a what was it, Bruce?
Muhammad Ali.
No, what was the
Uh,
gathering?
your
Oh, I'm
your
sorry.
dad your dad appeared with Muhammad Ali at a big high school. It was like a big rally. Ali lived in Michigan for many years,
Uh-huh.
so he came up and he visited your home too. But they
Right,
made an appearance at a big assembly for high school people.
That was nice.
right. So that's the first time I met Ali. Cause he stopped by the house.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
you only stayed for about 10 minutes. All right. And he had like these. He had this. I think he had this one bodyguard with a big
Shania.
357 Magnum on his hip, and he walked in, looked around, shake Dad's hand,
Like with the cord.
asked him some questions, and then he just skedaddled. So that's one time I met him. He stopped by the house.
and I have to get my grip around this. You you were born in 1970, so you were. I mean, you weren't around for your dad's heyday.
No, I think Dad started retired at what 72.
Right.
He retired at 72. His last fight was Ron Lau.
Ron Lyle, that boy can punch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Dad retired after he lost to Ron Lau, and he worked in the trucking business for a little while.
Him and George Foreman. Remember that fight?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a killer fight, man. That was
Uh,
an awesome fight, man. But
right.
but yeah, man. Like your dad had so many. Did he have a trophy wall? Because he was in the ring with so many legends, man. Back in the heyday of boxing. You know, back in the George Savallo and the Jerry
Oh yeah.
Quarry.
Uh-huh.
All those guys.
I think yeah. Is in a box downstairs, but Mom still got all these trophies and all these pictures and all this stuff right down there. And
Get it up, bring it up from the basement, man.
I,
Share that stuff on YouTube. Tim would have a show with you on there. We could just display those trophies for the fans to see out there. That's
I think that he can make a living if he come back and add to do stuff on YouTube. Start. You got a YouTube channel, champ.
nah,
You can make some. You can make some ends. You can. Some people could
get
really.
the message out there too. It's a lot of fun. This is and if
Yeah.
it wasn't for this YouTube, we'd never connect. I'd read about you guys. You'd read my obituary if you even heard of my name. But there's no more Wide World of Sports. ESPN, they don't care about boxing
Well,
anymore.
get Brian. Get Brian to open them up. Get Brian to open them up one. You could do that, right?
Yeah, definitely, man. If you're
You'll
interested,
love it.
you
You'll
you
love it.
you're gonna meet so many legends. I've met them myself, man. I mean, this is the guys like Marlon Starling,
We're all
and
together. We all
Sugar Ray
building
Seals.
up.
nice.
Caitlin Thomas, Mitch Green, Terrell Biggs, Marlon Starlin, Craig
Craig Howell.
Howell, and
Yeah, I mean,
Iran
the
Barkley.
Iceman, John
Join
Scully.
the team.
Everybody, yeah.
Join the team, champ.
Hey, Bruce, what you think?
No dudes.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I never thought about that.
I'll connect you, brother.
Bruce, we've been keeping in
Yes.
contact with each other.
Absolutely, man. Because
We're
see,
gonna have a big event
yes,
too.
yes. And you guys are legends. They have legend weekends and they have seminars and things where you guys you're the stars of the show. People will pay for your autographs. People will pay to have pictures with you. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I was there a couple of weeks ago in Pennsylvania, and
we got paid,
there
all
were
of us.
4,000 people in the arena watching amateur boxing because these guys were the main attraction.
Oh,
Mitch
what?
Green, Terrell Biggs, we got them in there. We get medical assistance for them for blood and Terrell Biggs. They can't really get around that good. Brian Robinson he's getting them ready. with the medical stuff. But all the other guys, they like it.
YouTube is a big part of it. YouTube is what
Steve Cunningham. We supposed to do Steve Cunningham.
SS
He was
Cunningham.
at his daughter party. That's why he couldn't come on.
Okay, well,
He was at his,
he'll be on. We'll do that show
Bruce
again.
Kayla. How you pronounce your name? Kaylee?
Guilty.
Guilty.
He's
So
guilty.
you gonna handle it, Bruce?
I can certainly look into it. It sounds good, Tim.
No, I'm talking about Bruce Gaines. I know you can. No. You listen. Hook him up, Bruce. Bruce.
You know it, man. This is the beginning of something. This is what I love to do.
You too, Bruce.
I'm Tim. I've been on with you several times. We go on almost every week, man. And you bring legends on there. You got the experience. We watch fights, and Tim goes through. He tells them, "You got to get that left foot out of there, man. Move that body." I mean, it's like he's in the ring.
He represent Buster, and he need to talk to Brian so they can get some stories and get everything built up. Get him to talk to get Bruce to call Brian so Brian can get everything set up for him, and you handle it.
Guaranteed.
Okay, that'd be great.
That's why I came on, because that's what we're doing.
Okay.
That's what we're doing with all the boxes. I'm talking to one day this guy, Iran Barkley, and we're eventually going to have a big event.
Hey, I like
Hey,
that.
Bruce.
Yes, sir.
With two Bruces on the same show, it's kind of confusing. You want me to use my other name? Blinky Palermo.
Oh, hey, I talked to Uncle Frank a couple of times.
Did you really?
Yeah, I talked to Uncle Frank. When Don, I'm cool with Don. I'm cool with Don. It's over. I don't want to but Blinky talked to me several times, and we call him Uncle Frank.
Mr. Cabo.
Yeah, we call him that, and I'm no threat or nothing like that. So he talked nice to me, and I talked to him, and they just wanted to get the situation straightened out with me and Don. I talked to him. I talked to a Muslim a representative, Mike Tyson's father-in-law. He was trying to get me and Don to straighten out our differences. Iman Shamsuddin was trying to get me and Don King, and it got close, and then something fell out. It's Tyson's wife's stepfather. He was very influential influence in the neighborhood.
Okay.
And everywhere. A lot of people know him. So he tried to straighten it out, and this is the results. I'm where I'm at, and Don's where he's at. So we left it. It's just like that. That's all.
No, Bruce Kilty is from Philly.
You from Philly?
Your mics are going out.
Hey, Bruce, you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, Bruce.
You're from Philadelphia, aren't you?
Pardon me?
You're from Philadelphia.
I'm from Pittsburgh originally.
Oh, he's from Pittsburgh. Okay.
Tony Zale's town.
Gotta
He's
watch
from
it.
Gary, Indiana.
Say that again.
Tony was from Gary, Indiana.
Okay. The Man of Steel. I'm sorry. Well, who was the man? Well, Bruno Sammartino's hometown anyway.
Was it Joe Frazier?
No, Joe's from Philadelphia.
Okay.
Hey, Tim, did you know all the gymnasiums in Philadelphia?
Yeah, all the boxing gyms?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew mostly all of them. Yeah. I knew mostly all of them. Yeah.
There's a gym called Augie's.
Yeah, Augie's. That's down in South Philly.
Yes.
I used to go. I went there a couple of times, but I went to what the gym? God, South Muhammad was going to that gym. What's his trainer name? Joe. It's something when you get older.
He had an Italian trainer.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
And what's his brother name? I forgot Joe's name. But it was like on a little street. I used to go there and spar. Joe Torres, not Torres, but Joe. I forgot. I remember later when the show was over. Joe and Nick Bellafury. Okay, Joe and Nick Bellafury.
That's
Yeah,
it.
right on Juniper
There
Street.
we go, Tim.
Right on
Well,
Juniper.
How's are kicking in, bro?
I had never been to a Philadelphia gym before, and we went to Augie's with Buster to prep for the Tyson fight. And we used to bring a middleweight with us by the name of Brian Blakely. He had about 35 pro fights.
Okay.
And we'd use him as a chaperone so Buster didn't chase women during training camps. So we went into
you wasn't disciplined.
So we went into Augie's gym, and there were a lot of tough guys in that gym. And
yeah,
Boogaloo Watts was a trainer.
Boogaloo.
But Charles Brewer, he was working out, and I saw them eyeing. They looked at this middleweight that was with us, and it was like the expression, "fresh meat just walked in the gym." And Brewer wanted to spar, and I told Blakely, I said, this is a top guy. I mean, he was even champion for a while.
Yeah.
But I said, you don't want to look like a wussy in front of everybody and say you don't want to spar. So we had to get in the ring with Brewer. And that was a tough gymnasium.
Yeah, but the old Passion gym where I first started at was tough. Everybody was there. Mike Rossman, the Jewish bomber. You had a lot of lightweights, the Everett brothers. You had a whole couple other brothers that was there. Me and my brother was there. Mike, that was a tough gym right near the Italian Market. Where they
brother Vinny Bugasi was down there.
Vinny, I think he came in there. Vinny was younger. I think he was at Augie's. I think Vinny used to go to Augie's. Augie Pennicellis.
Yeah,
Vinny used to go there, I think.
He was telling us some gym stories a couple of weeks ago in here. Mike Rossman smoking the weed out in the parking lot.
I didn't know that.
That's why I love talking to you guys, because you let the shields down. We talk as brothers up here, man. I get great stories, man. I remember these. I know nobody's going to get in trouble because we're all way beyond the statute of limitations. And man, it's great to feel those vibes. My hairs on the back of my neck are standing up right now talking to you in here, bro. And then Trick Nolte, my brother down there, he's not saying anything. But, Trick is a real ambassador to boxing, man. Trick goes out there, he calls up guys from Facebook. He's the one who got me in touch with Buster, and he'll make the contact.
Beautiful.
You know how shaky that is to just call somebody, a cold call. Hey, my name is Anthony Carter, man. You're one of my favorite boxers. Hey, what the fuck, man? But Trick does it. He's persistent. He gets such great guests for me. And Trick is my brother for life. So, man, I know he's not saying anything, but Trick, I just want to tell you, thank you for being here, brother.
Oh, now I'm listening to y'all cook, man. Yeah. And another thing too, Tim, I talked with Bone Crusher Smith about a couple of weeks ago, and
we got to get him on. We got to get him on. Okay?
Yeah, I definitely will. Yeah, what he's doing. He put together like I think it's for the state of South Carolina. They didn't have a Hall of Fame, a boxing Hall of Fame.
I heard of that.
Yeah, so he's trying to get all the fighters he can, and they're gonna be doing something in May. I'm gonna try to make it out there, man, because I think they're inducting Buster Douglas in there, if I'm not mistaken. So
that is
so if they don't put us together, we got to put ourselves together. And this is beautiful that we on your show, Bruce, because now Buster and Buster and Bruce could get their channel together, and people could see what he's doing and see all his dad stuff, and then he can start making money. It's a slow process, but keep working hard, putting the videos up, and Bruce, you have to be involved with that.
Yes. You share these stories, and man, I don't want to sound sappy, but these fucking stories are precious, bro.
That's why I came on, Bruce. That's why I came on, because I love you. I love what's going on. And when you said he's coming on, I said let's get him on, because we all are a part of the team. We all are part of the team, champ. Definitely. Get moving.
Right.
Get moving.
Hey Tim, who are you training now?
I'm not, I was training this little Italian kid at Joe Hands. I don't know if you remember Joe Hand
Johan. Well, his gym is not that far from here, and I go there and just keep myself in shape. I'll be 65. I'll be running 30 minutes a day. I'll be running like 3 miles, and then I'll be hitting the heavy bag. I'll be hitting the hammer. I'll be doing the ropes. I want to get back in shape just in case some type of exhibition come.
And tell them too, Tim. Tell them that you take internet people who want to be coached by Tim on the internet. You charge a fee. You go over a tape. You critique their tape, and you're getting experience from a defensive and offensive.
This is why we got to get Bruce and Buster up on that level so they can keep moving too. So, I'll be Bruce say, "Come on." I said, "Okay, I'm coming," and let's get moving.
That's great, man.
We get paid.
Yes.
There's 3 accounts.
Well,
there's 3 accounts. There's more than 3, but people donate when you teach them or you analyze their videos and stuff like what Bruce was saying and other things. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's definitely an avenue for an extra buck. I mean, for me, it costs me money. I don't make any money at all on YouTube. But you guys have names. I mean, Tim just started a channel. He's got several thousand subscribers already. People can give him super chats, and I mean, it's a great way to bring these legends back again. And a lot of these guys, man, like Tim should be retired, fighting the guys that he fought, Larry Holmes. Frank Bruno. I mean, the guy was a 2-time world champion. He should be a millionaire retired, having people show from around. But the reality is that's not how it ended up. And it's great where there's avenues where guys like Tim can, he can get people to help him out because he's got a lot to offer, man. And what he's giving away, a lot of people want to buy it, man. So this is the beauty of these channels, bro.
Well, that is great. Yeah, we think about this stuff right there. Still teaching. And we got to go around and make a schedule and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's no commitments, man. It's something from the heart, and and so and you guys are, you're a special.
Collaborating is real good, Bruce. Collaborating, as long as you collaborate with other boxers, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna blow up. And your dad was champ. He fought the greatest. He fought the greatest boxers. You have a story to tell. Yes. So don't feel like you don't, because you do, and you got Bruce to back you up.
Hey, Tim, do you have a son that is fighting?
Tim Jr. I got 3. I got is Tim Jr. and Tim Witherspoon the third. I got is 2 more after me. My son, he stopped. He hurt his leg and he couldn't fight anymore. But he was like 12-3. I was still fighting when he was fighting, so that kind of hindered some of his career. Because if I was totally focused, I think we could have got him undefeated. Now my grandson is almost 6 foot. He's almost 6 foot, and he's only 14, 15.
Wow.
So I think he's gonna be 6, and he's only like 160 though, 160, 150.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be a light heavyweight, or he could be a heavyweight. So. I don't be training. I do go by gyms and put my 2 cents in. Hey man, you should do this and that. I got a couple of people that I work with. So, this little middleweight kid, I try to show him some skills. But I've been having problems going into different gyms where the trainers are kind of like jealous and kind of envy. And I got to, just like the 3rd gym I've been in, because I don't want to get people upset, I'll just leave. So I'm training people, and then you see all this other stuff that be going on. I see Bruce shook his head, but I couldn't believe it. And that they don't know as much as you, and I don't make it a big issue, but I got to go. Just the 3rd gym I'm in. I'm having a little trouble in this gym, but I didn't tell Johan. Just teaching somebody, and just the people looking at you, they looking at you. And stuff like this, and then people come in when they find out that's Tim Witherspoon. They want to meet me and talk to me, and those guys don't like it. Like, they want to meet me. They nice to me. They cool with me, but they don't really like it because they know they're going to come over because of their accomplishments, And that's Tim Witherspoon, the champ. Oh, let's go talk to him, and they're going to lose stuff, and I feel bad about that. I don't want that to happen. Them losing this, but that's life. But so I refuse a couple of guys. There's a little kid, 15 years old. He move around like Manny Pacquiao. He's Asian, and he wanted me to train him, so I had to back off because I backed off. Young kid, he's quick too. Got muscles at his young age. He got a big chest. I was like, whoa, so you got to go from here. I don't want people upset with me.
And they feel threatened. They feel threatened.
I'm cool with Don. I don't want to dog him no more. I'm going on with my life, you know.
Okay. That's
I don't
good.
want to dog him.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
Tim. Buster also likes big chests.
Buster.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
You'd love Providence, man.
Oh, well.
Me, you, and Vinny Paz go hit some of these strip
I'm not
joints.
talking about women. I'm not talking about women. Go ahead, Buster. You look like you lost some weight. You lost some weight, but your head always was kind of small.
I'm weighing about 205 right now.
What?
Yeah.
How you get down there? Sea moss?
No, I just stopped eating stuff and really be disciplined.
I knew something was. I said, look at that face. Wait, who that picture?
That's me and Ray Mercer. He was in Houston.
Oh, Ray is cool.
Wow.
Ray's a part of our team. Yeah, Ray is with us too, man.
Yeah,
He just move around too much.
And now he been in so many tough fights. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I mean, I met Riddick Bowe a couple of years ago.
Uh-huh.
The Riddick Bowe, man. I mean, Riddick Bowe was another one, man. So big. I got a picture next to him, and he was a foot taller than me, and his fists were like freaking basketballs. But what a nice guy and friendly, and man, you know, that was that event that Tim Bryan was, you know, down in Pennsylvania, and man, I mean, just all nice guys, all you guys. I didn't hear any cuss words down there. I didn't hear any swearing. I didn't even hear the N word. I mean, it was just a brotherhood. All these beautiful people, man. And
you're talking about Allen's thing, right? Allen.
All of them, all the ones that we go to. What do you got up there now, Trick?
Me, Ronnie Shields.
Ronnie Shields.
Oh, Ronnie Shields.
Nice.
Man, we've been together. I've been seeing you so many times. I didn't know. As soon as you got close, I seen you a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
Oh.
He saw.
That handsome
man.
He's well known on these internet streets, on these YouTube streets, as they
You
call
didn't
it.
have a box, right?
No, man.
I've seen him everywhere.
You know, I tried back in about 95 when the guy punched me in the stomach. I said, man, that's it. I'm done.
Punch you in the stomach, huh?
Yeah, that was it, man. And I had a 6-pack, but it wasn't for getting hit. Yeah.
This is real beautiful. Bruce, you want to go like another half, and then because, well, I mean, for me, I got another half an hour. Okay?
Oh yeah. Oh, I appreciate it, champ. I appreciate it.
8:30.
Yeah, half an hour.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
I just want to let everybody know. Wait a minute, I just want to let everybody know too. Like I talked about Don King, but I don't have it's over because I don't want nobody to get the wrong idea. I'm still dwelling on him. So I got to emphasize the fact that it's over. That happened. I'm on with my life. I'm happy. So I don't want to keep talking about him all the time, but I will say a couple of things because people are interested in a lot of things that happened. But me, myself, he made a decision. I made a decision. Now I'm on with my life. I'm with my kids. I'm with my friends. I'm doing the podcasts. So I'm gonna capitalize on that. I'm not gonna dwell the rest of my life about something negative. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you, he put on some great cards because no matter how we could say Don King's this and Don King's that, but he's already he's got a place in history. People have passed judgment on Don King. Some people love him. Some people hate him. The people today, they say, man, I wish somebody like Don King would get back into sport. Because you got to admit, man, he puts
without hurting people's pockets.
Yeah.
Hey, but Tim, besides Don King, you ever work with the Arams or the Duvas or the Cedric?
I fought for Bob Arum. I think I fought for Duva. I didn't have an agreement, but like a sign for that particular fight. I think I fought on one of his cards. Maybe Bruce he knows a lot of stuff. It seems like, but yeah, I fought for a lot of Cedric Kushner one time, one time contract. I fought almost all of them. Joe Hands. But I was fighting with Don Kings and didn't even realize I had a contract with him because my manager Mark Stewart and his group, they got caught selling the cocaine. They was called his name was Dr. Larry Levin and Dr. Snow they called him, and that's where everything went downhill. I had everything. I had a car, I had a place to stay, I had money. They was building us up. They was gonna make Don King pay, and then this happened. Boom. Everything went downhill. I was undefeated. Then I went to Don King. We fought Larry Holmes. We fought him after all that mess, but it was a mess. We were heading up the ladder just like Tyson was. Me and my brother and Artie McLeod, who was Bernard Hopkins' uncle. He was a bad dude with gray eyes. He'd fight his butt off. But we was going this way, all of us. We stayed in a hotel together. We had cars. We had money. And then when that happened,
right.
Just look up Dr. Snow, Larry Levin. He that's where our downfall went. But they was nice doctors. They was nice to us. And I really appreciate being a friend.
Okay. Wow.
Hey, I got a question for Buster and Tim. I got a question, man. Everybody always talk about Bob Arum and they talk about Cedric Kushner, even the Duvas. What they never talk about Butch Lewis. How was he as a promoter?
He was good.
Okay.
I fought for him.
That was Butch Lewis.
I sparred Michael Spinks a couple of times in the Axis. Butch was really cool.
Yeah, you don't hear his name a lot, so I just want to ask about that.
Yeah, we can't leave him out. He did some damage. He was I'm positive. He was with Michael Spinks. We knew him. A lot of people did know Butch Lewis. I think it was up to his team to try to keep his name alive by keep mentioning him or relative, just Butch Lewis' relative, just to keep his name out there. He passed away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Butch was a very intelligent guy.
Yeah.
Butch was he was actually an executive with Top Rank at one time too. He was a bright guy. Now, like Tim just said, there's some allegations made in the recent book about Michael Spinks that when Butch died, Michael asked about his finances, and secretary said, "Well, you got one annuity left." And Mike thought he had a lot more money than that left, but the annuity was worth $1 million.
Okay.
But, so who knows what the true story was?
Right. I was with them. I sparred with Leon and Mike. No, did I spar with Leon? No, that was at Don King. But I was sparring Michael Spinks for a lot of his fights. And that's how I got to meet Butch Lewis. And I fought on his cards. He liked me because I went in there and got the job done. But we couldn't. I was with a promoter already.
Right.
He was cool.
Yeah. Cedric Kushner ended up broke. At the end, it was he ended up alone and broke.
Whoa!
Because so many people had to sue him. We had to sue him. Chris Bird had to sue him. Shane Mosley had to sue him, and he was about the number 3 promoter under King and Arum at one time, and he ended up broken alone.
I fought on one of his cards, a couple of them. I remember him and my brother got in a fight. He's from South Africa.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's from South Africa. Him and my brother got in a fight. I think it had something to do with race.
Oh.
Yeah, Cedric. I was cool with Cedric, but he just looked at you a certain way, and I just couldn't understand what that look was.
It's the mustache. It's that mustache. Pierre Kutzer had to say that it's that mustache, man.
Yeah.
Tim, when we had to sue Cedric for the money that was missing, we had to go to a court in Manhattan, and Buster gets up on the stand and he looks like Mr. Clean, the all-American boy, Cedric is on the stand. He looks like every gangster you ever saw in the movies that come on about 2:00 in the morning on TV. And he just looked like a crook. And
He had a suit on, he had a suit and tie on and all that.
yeah, and he was about 389 pounds and at that time, and he had this big mustache, and he just looked like a gangster. And so that was a pretty easy case to win. And we had Kevin Rooney's attorney, who was pretty good, pretty sharp operator.
Oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, this is cool. This is meant to be, man. We on this podcast together, and
Right.
I'm glad you asked me on, Bruce, because we need to. Even though you're not boxing, champ, even though little Buster that you're not boxing now, you still could contribute and have your dad's name and your name, in this too, this history. And this is what we're trying to do. Tell them, Bruce, we're trying to do it.
I got one more question for you, Tim. What about the Tim back then versus the heavyweights right now?
Oh,
I think that skill wise, I would love to fight now. But in terms of condition, I wish I had the condition a lot of these guys had. But back then, a lot of the old time trainers didn't want you doing certain things. So we're lifting the heavy weights, and we just did a lot. What
about Tim versus Wilder?
Easy. No, wait a minute. You got to listen. Easy.
It's gonna be easy.
I'm gonna tell you real quick. All you got to do is block his right hand. That's all he has. Block his right hand. Leave it right there. If it turns into a hook, go like that. But all you got to do is take away his right hand. We took 2 months. Everybody throwing jabs at us when I fought Larry. That's why when I got in the ring with Larry, his jab wasn't nothing because it took 2 months. So all we have to do, get in there, have the sparring partners throwing right hands all day long for about a month. You're used to the right hand coming. So when he throw it, you got it. Okay? And his jab. So Deontay Wilder, all you had to do, he would still be undefeated if somebody would have strengthened his jab up, strengthened his defense up. He don't have no D. He's like this punching. Those couple of things, he still would be undefeated right now, but those guys couldn't teach him. Blocking the jab, relaxing instead of panicking. You get out there, block your jab, give your jab, block. He throw multiple punches, defense, this way or that way. That's all he needed. Those little things. And now his legacy got tampered on, and he could have still been undefeated because he got that right hand. Everybody know he hit you with the right hand, you're going. But he should have made another part of his body more effective. So that right hand to get you out there. But this could too. He would be the danger. He'll be a dangerous guy.
Okay, what about Witherspoon versus Fury? How would you handle that?
Witherspoon fighting who?
Fury.
Tyson Fury.
Oh, Fury. Oh, all you have to do, listen, I'm going to say this too, champ.
Okay.
Every one of those top guys went down in the round.
Right.
When we were fighting, they didn't. Deontay Wilder went down. Tyson Fury went down. Anthony Joshua went down. The guy that just got knocked out. Oh, God. That's my man, too. Everybody that fought was on the canvas. They lack in defense. So all I have to do is be in shape. Because when I was fighting, you didn't see all those getting knocked down. Tyson Fury went down 3 times. Anthony Joshua went down 4 times. Now, when Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder, both of them went down 3 or 4 times in the same round. That's not good. You either go down when you're in the championship fight and don't get up. But going down and getting up let you know that they was lacking defense. To me, somebody like know a little something about skill. It could be a sloppy fight for me, but a good fight for just the average people viewing. So sometimes I get kind of like, man, that fight wasn't too cool. But it was amusing to people outside because of the growth of the fight, the hoopla, the love, the flags, the people shouting for each other. All that stuff made it good. But a guy like me would be looking at it and say, that was a sloppy ass fight. But in terms of the people and television, they made it a beautiful fight. But the boxer like me would just say, that was sloppy. And what you call them, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, that was sloppy the way they was fighting. But it was amusing because it was a big fight. But for guys like me, I was like disappointed. But
Yeah,
like
you
were
a boxer, bro. I mean, you had that boxing ability. You just don't see that anymore. Maybe with Usyk, maybe when Usyk fights Tyson Fury, maybe we'll see that because he seems about the closest thing to you out there right now that I can see.
No, Usyk is a mover. He's a mover, and you just got to be in shape to fight these mover. And you touch the closest thing to him. Since he move all the time, you touch that, and mentally, the movers don't like people touching them. That's why they're moving all the time. They don't want to get touched, and that's what we did with the bounty hunter. The bounty hunter better than Usyk, I'm telling you, in terms of getting hit. A bounty hunter get out of the way of anything, boy. I'm telling you. He frustrated me, but the thing is that you got to be in shape when you're fighting a guy like that. Anthony Joshua looked really bad in terms of blocking punches, tightening his deep up. He was like getting hit like this. That was his corner fault. The people that's in his corner. I know he had an amateur trainer. Anthony Joshua had an amateur trainer in his corner. What kind of stuff is that? I was over there with him. I tried to lack on and get with him. He said no, he got his team, and that's cool. But that's what it is, man. Is a lack of really important defense mechanism that these guys don't have. All of them went down. You ain't see everybody going down in the area I was in. Everybody went down, and then you got Dante fighting like this. You know, you seen him fighting like this. Oh, wow, like that. Took a lot of the the seriousness, like sitting up your shot, bang, 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 bang. That was sloppy, but he's okay though. He's a good guy. They tried. All those guys tried. I'm just criticizing the skills, not the.
Well, I'll tell you, anybody out there any fighters out there who are interested in a trainer, come to Philadelphia, man. Tim Witherspoon has got a lot of knowledge out there that he's ready to lay on you, man. And all I can say is
I can help.
That these guys are so intimidated by you, the gym owners, man. They could utilize your skills, and you'd be up there with Ronnie Shields and Buddy McGirt. I mean, you've experienced fighters that can give that to other fighters. That's a rare thing now because, like you say, defense is unheard of today.
Oh, exactly. Totally agree.
Hey, I had a question. And Tim, I remember I watched your fight against Jorge Luis Gonzalez, and
I knocked him out.
You did something that I don't see a lot of tall fighters do. If you fight a taller fighter, what you say you loop your punch. I saw you do this and throw that right hand, and you got him out of there. You know what I'm saying? So I think if I was training a fighter and you're fighting somebody tall, like say with Wilder and Tyson Fury, Tyson Fury always knowing the right hand is coming straight. It's coming straight. I think Wilder should, something he could dip, act like he's gonna throw it straight, but bring it over the top and catch him there. I think that part of what got him out of there.
No, I think that see Deontay Wilder thing is he need to learn basics. See, are we talking about what punch should be thrown? He don't even know basics. They got to start him from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? Me and you could talk about him doing one punch and throwing it over. He don't even know basics. You know what I'm saying? Setting this stuff there. It's his right hand that got him through all this and a little bit of this and this. And then maybe he did forget about some of the stuff he was taught and just depended on that right hand all the time. But in order for he has to go to basics. His feet, the way he bends, and the way he deliver punches is awkward. He was throwing that right hand good all the time, but then he gets sloppy too. He's getting sloppy and stuff. And as soon as I make an opinion about it, you get criticized. If you say something that you think the boxer should be doing, you get criticized. I made a
That's
mistake.
crazy. I see that. I see that out here now, and that's insane because I mean, this is what we have to do. Boxers aren't perfect. Criticism from someone who's been there and can actually critique you, that's priceless. But let me ask both of you two guys. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Tim
Okay.
Witherspoon versus Buster Mathis Jr. Let me start with you, Buster. What are you gonna do against Tim Witherspoon?
Well, Tim Witherspoon is stronger.
We were supposed to fight one time.
Huh?
I think we were supposed to fight one time.
Did we, Bruce?
I think so.
I don't recall that, Tim, but it's possible.
Uh-huh. What?
Dan, answer that phone call.
I am. I'm trying to cut it off. I'm not rich like you.
Uh-huh.
Rich like me. I told you I'm still on the Obama phone. You're rich like me. Come on.
Well, get to my point.
Okay. What are you going to do against Tim Witherspoon, Buster?
I'm going to make it a boring fight. I got to punch and hold all day long. Okay? I'm going to be punching and holding and looking for that overhand right. That's the only thing I'm worried about is that overhand right. I can take the body punches. I ain't worried about that. But I would get off and hold Tim because I know he's stronger than me. So I'll go bam, 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 two or three, four punches and hold him. Then before the ref breaks up, we push him off of him, get in there, boom, 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 hold him. It'd be a boring fight. I'll make sure everybody be booing by the time I leave out of there.
So you're not going to let him
if I was fighting him, I would keep my jab on him, keep my defense tight. I know when you get inside, he's kind of rugged when you get inside. So on the outside, he be trying to move in. I'll just have to wait and try to catch him with a shot as soon as I see the opening. But other than that, he all in your face.
Yeah, that's where you safe at, right in there. I'm not gonna be safe. I'm trying to box and stay outside. I stay safe and on Tim Witherspoon's chest. I ain't going nowhere. I'll be right there.
But if somebody showed you defense, you could afford to stay a little bit out here and catch and make them pay. Yeah, right. I'm just saying if somebody taught you something different besides staying on somebody's chest, which is your height might have something to do with that. Right. But if somebody showed you how to stay a little bit away and block, you could just still do good. So you was always in everybody's chest. Did anybody teach you how to stay back and fight also?
I tried that with Bowe and it didn't really work. I tried
somebody had to show you. Keep your pop with like Joe put his hands across. Like when I sparred with just like this, no jabs hit me. No jab. This is you got the jab. You can throw punches from there. You know what I'm saying? This is my right hand, guys. And I take this and lay it on my stomach. And then you can also bring it up here like that. Did you do that, champ?
I don't know I can do that. No. I never thought.
How did you keep your hands? How did you keep your hands across your head?
No, see, I keep my stuff right here.
Oh, you keep it on the...
I keep them right here. I don't want to hit my chin. All right. My chin is the only thing I'm worried about. I don't mind getting hit on top of here. I can take a punch.
No, you don't want to get hit there.
You don't want to get hit there.
No.
But I'll be moving my head all the time. All the time I'm going to be moving my head. All right. Hitting you. All right. You're looking for that big punch. All right. I feel like I can beat you throwing a lot of punches. I got to come in shape. Come real shape. Every time you throw that bomb, I got to do I got to hit you with 2 or 3 more punches.
You 6'1" or 2?
No, I'm 5'11".
5'11". So your defense should have been with your hands in like that,
rolling
and moving.
And
like
that's
Joe
what I would be
Frazier.
doing. Exactly. I'll be bobbing and weaving and going right inside. All right. I'm looking for that overhand right hand.
What are you going to do when he's inside, Tim?
That's the only thing I'd be scared of.
What are you going to do?
See, I wouldn't be able to throw the overhand because he's shorter.
Right.
I would have to throw. This is what I would have to do. I would have to throw fire this way so to make him go down. So I would practice throwing a lot of uppercuts, good uppercuts, during fights. Say if I had 2 months away, a month and a half to fighting him, I would practice throwing throwing at my sparring partners high, forcing them low, but in my mind knowing that my shot is gonna be the uppercut.
Right.
So I'll be throwing fire this way. And
Right.
so if you keep doing this, I'm really looking for the uppercut, but I'm throwing fire to force you down there.
Right.
So that's what I would do. I would be throwing fire, I'll bring hard shots like this, and then knowing that you're gonna go down, but really my shot is this, the uppercuts and stuff. So if you keep doing this, because I'm throwing them that way, I'm bound to get through that. I would. So that's just a technique I was taught before. Throw fire to make them go low, but really in your mind, you want to hit them with uppercuts.
Hey, Tim, there's a question in the chat. One of the guys, $500. Woo, woo.
William old school. Go ahead, Chick.
Yeah, he goes. He wants to know how you think you would have done against Vladimir Klitschko.
Vladimir, I would have to be in shape. In terms of them throwing punches at me, I'm not worried about that. I had a good defense. They have awkward styles. They're tall. Everybody I fought over 6'3", I knocked them out. If you look at my record, I hooked that over here and right over. But you have to be in shape. And that older brother, he tough and rough. I have to be. Yeah, I would have to be in top shape.
All right,
Don't
now.
play around. Don't play around and get with either both of them. I have to be in good shape and have my mind right. And then I could beat them both. But the older one is harder to do.
Let me get back to this fantasy fight at hand.
Okay.
Buster, how does this fight end?
Hey, man.
You're gonna get your turn. You're gonna get your turn.
How you gonna put him into place?
Buster, how does this fight end?
How it will end? I'm a distant fighter. I'm not a knockout guy, so I'm coming in shape. I'm going there looking, doing 12.
And you throw a lot of punches.
I throw a lot of punches. All right. I got if it's 12 rounds out of 12, I could probably beat him about 7.
All right. So you're gonna
Buster with a decision.
You're gonna out hustle Tim in a unanimous decision.
Buster with his decision.
Tim, how's this fight gonna end?
Well, I think
hey, Tim, I'm going 12 rounds, okay? I'm going 12.
That's what he's saying.
12
and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know because I don't know. I'm not, he's a mover. And when you get in close, he's busy. I don't know. He did keep his hands up. There would be a good chance that I could stop him if he make a mistake. I'll say that.
I know that.
If he made a mistake, I believe I could do. I think I could stop him. But in terms of him stopping me, I'm keeping my hands up. But he was kind of like had a little. He kept coming at you, that type of thing.
Right.
I knew that my trainer we would out hustle you though, Bust. We would out hustle you. I had a smart trainer.
Buster fought good on the inside. Buster, you're a good inside fighter.
Yeah, he is a good inside fighter.
He's a good inside fighter.
Hey, Bruce.
Yes,
Bruce,
sir.
we would be telling Buster in the corner to headbutt Tim because
hey man, why you gonna do that, man? Bust my head and stuff.
What do you think we got so many decisions?
It's a tough game out there, man. It's a tough game.
It is a tough game.
Man,
Buster went over to England one time to spar with what was the guy's name?
Herbie Hyde.
Herbie Hyde.
That booed is everywhere. How'd you do,
spoke with him.
How'd you
I
do?
spoke with him.
Did you?
About 2 weeks ago.
I had to study him for about 2 or 3 days, and after that, I was getting with him.
We got offered $700 a week to spar with him. I said that's not enough money.
700 pounds.
700 US dollars.
Oh wow!
Then they raised it to 1,500. When they got to $3,000, we said we'll go over there. I didn't know anything about Herbie Hyde. I assumed he was a white guy, and most of those guys over there can't fight. So we get over there. He's a Nigerian, and he was nasty, and he was very nasty sparring. So we went back to our hotel, And I told Buster, I said, tomorrow it's a whole different thing. Give him some American-style infighting. Headbutt him, elbow him, all the dirty stuff. Because Buster could be a very dirty fighter, even though he has that innocent face. Buster could be very dirty inside.
Why are you telling him to headbutt people?
Well, because if it gets rough in there and the ref isn't calling stuff, but Tim, it's a rough business.
I know that. I wouldn't do that. That's cool though. You did what you had to do.
Yeah.
Well, Buster did not have the punching power you had, Tim.
Hey, I had to develop that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I didn't have. Listen, I was throwing a straight right hand, and my trainer said, Slim Robinson was like, "Yo, man, that straight right hand is not strong enough." We kept doing it, and then he said, "Hey, how about this? Start hooking it over." And then I hooked it over. That's who started it, Slim. He developed the overhand right because the straight one wasn't strong enough.
Right.
Yeah, you
That's
could
how the
definitely.
overhand right started.
Well, you could definitely tell you were well trained, and I don't know of any city that has had better trainers than Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philly had some good ones. Atlantic City had a couple. Let me see. Then Detroit. No, I don't know, but I know Philly and New York had some good trainers. But Philly did have some. Yeah.
Hey, y'all, I got one more question before I get out of here. I got to go to work there. And it's to everybody on the panel. Tim, Bruce, not you, Bruce Gas, but other Bruce, and Buster.
Yeah.
How do y'all think Felix Savon would have done as a heavyweight? You too, Bruce Gas. How y'all think Felix Savon would have done as a heavyweight, turned professional Cuban?
From Cuba?
Cuban dude, yeah.
Tim,
Yeah.
Wow.
Look, only seen him a couple of times.
Me
Is
too.
He's a short guy, 6 foot.
No, he's about 6'5".
Oh, he's about 6'5".
Well, one thing I learned is that most of these Cubans fighters took ballet.
Took ballet, okay.
Took ballet. That's why I'm serious. They took ballet, so they were boxing, doing ballet.
I don't know if that's going to help. Probably.
well,
Yeah.
I know the Eastern Europeans do that. They have to take 2 semesters in dance before they go back to boxing. Something about the flexibility, the agility. I guess it all works hand in hand. But didn't Felix Savon, didn't he beat Teofimo Stevenson in the amateurs?
I know who you're talking about. I seen him.
Yeah, Savon, he fought like I think he beat like Riddick Bowe, he beat Shannon Briggs, he beat I think he beat David Tua, he beat David Osborne, he beat a lot of them guys that came up in your era,
He never turned pro, huh?
Huh?
He
never
never
turned pro. He was about 6'5", he had a good right hand. He was knocking guys out in the amateurs. I think he knocked Shannon Briggs out in the amateurs.
Yeah.
I remember him.
Oh man.
Hey, Trick.
Yeah, Felix Savon.
Did you notice, though, that most of the great Cuban amateurs did not become great Cuban pros? With the exception of Casamayor was pretty good.
Yeah.
But even that guy you knocked out, Tim, he was supposed to become heavyweight champion.
Yeah, I know.
And a lot of those Cubans, you have 300 300 or 400 amateur fights. That's a lot of fights.
Yeah, it is. It is. I only had 7.
Really?
Yeah, and Buster, you had a very, very small amateur career too.
Right. How many fights I had, Bruce?
You had about 25.
But
Yeah,
you fought
he had
Larry
25.
Donald. He fought Larry Donald as an amateur.
Oh,
Yeah.
Larry had a good dad.
Between the both of you, you don't have 20 amateur fights. But as professionals, man, I mean, it's a whole different ball game.
It's a whole different ball game.
Right. But listen, man, I had both of you guys on here for an hour and a half. I don't want to keep you more time than I'm allowed. I appreciate it so much. Bruce, awesome to meet you, my brother. And Trick Nolte. Anybody want to have any closing remarks here? Because I got a guest. I got Jonathan Felton. He's coming on with me on Friday night. Tim, you know Jonathan Felton, don't you? Just the heavyweight, the sparring partner.
Jonathan Felton.
Felton, Riddick Bowe's sparring partner.
Okay.
Was he the name isn't Jonathan, is it?
Was he at the event we was at?
Yeah, he was at the event.
Right. Okay. Okay, I just want to thank everybody for coming on. Hopefully, we can do it again. It seems like boxing is doing really good. In a way, to me, we need everybody to stick together so we can find out some type of way of getting everybody involved, like we used to a long time ago. Okay.
All right.
I want to thank you guys. I'm gonna be available all the time.
All right, but Tim,
Yeah.
me and you, we'll do an exhibition. What about that?
No problem.
Okay, let's do
There we go, man. And Bruce,
I'm heavier than you.
hand in that promotion.
Yo, hey, that'll work. We can do it on somebody's card or something. I'm in shape though. I'll be 65. I'll be 65 in a couple of weeks.
We didn't sell anything on the keyboards over here. I guess it has to be
65.
Yeah, but
I can run worried then.
Huh?
You 65? I ain't worried.
I'm
not
worried. I run 3 miles. I can do 6 minutes. I could do 3 minutes on the rope. I get the heavy bag 4 rounds.
All right.
Hey, I'm in good shape.
Okay. I get ready to go. I will talk to you soon.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Put it together then. We can put it together, okay, champ?
All right then. You have a nice, wonderful day.
All right, you too. I love y'all. Talk to you later.
Buster, you want to say any closing remarks over here, my brother?
Hey, I can't wait to come right back and talk about. I got a lot more stories.
Yes.
And I just love talking and I'm happy to be part of the family.
There you go. Thank you, Buster. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care, Bruce.
My brother Bruce.
All right,
Take
Bruce.
care, guys.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell them who you are, bro, one more time, and wish everybody a good night and a happy holiday.
Well, I wish everybody from Michigan a happy holiday. We're getting about 14 more inches of snow this weekend, and I'll try to send some down to Philadelphia and Rhode Island.
All
Send some to Houston, man.
right,
Just make sure that we get Buster. Make sure we get him going, okay, Bruce? Gas.
Yes, sir, my brother.
Brian, so we can get him moving.
I'll do the best. I'll hook him up the best way I can, bro.
Okay.
That's to our cell phone numbers. And hey, man, thanks so much for coming on here. And hey, Trick, you want to say anything before you head out to work, my brother?
Yeah, I appreciate being on with you, Bruce Gas. Bruce, how you say your last name, sir?
Guilty.
Okay, and
Okay, I got that. Bruce Guilty.
okay, and Tyrell with Tim and Buster Mathis. I appreciate being on here with y'all, man. I watch you guys when y'all were coming up. I was growing up watching you guys, man. So it's a blessing to be on the panel with you guys, man. So
thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Bruce.
Rick, where are you based?
Rick, thank
I'm
you.
in Houston.
Houston?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good.
Houston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Trick loves to reach out and talk on the phone, man. And Trick has got some great boxing people. He sets me up on 3-way calls. The other day, I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden, he's got Jose Rebalta on the other end of the line.
Oh, Jose. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different one. Whenever he says, "Hey, Bruce, you got a minute? You got a minute?" I say, "Oh, yeah, Trick, I got a minute." And all of a sudden, boom! Hey, Bobby Ches, I want to introduce you to my friend Bruce Gas. And it's like, man, I was like, wow, here we go. Here's my early Christmas present. Hey, Trick, thank you so much, my brother. You have a great night, man.
All right, see y'all. Thank y'all.
Make sure that Bruce get Buster stuff together so we can get them moving. Gotta have you doing stuff, okay, Bruce?
Absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll talk to you later, guys.
We're gonna have to
Thank
give him.
you.
I have to give him another name, though. We have to give him another name. Hey, Bruce, I'll see you later, my brother.
All right, see you.
All right, man. So, what a night, man. Nothing but boxing royalty in here. I had Bruce Kelty, man, knows his boxing. I had Buster Mathis Jr., son of a legend. And I had my friend Tim Witherspoon up here, man, a true living legend himself, 2-time world champion. It doesn't get any better than this for me. And Trick Nolte, my brother Trick, and all you guys out there, William Old School on that, man, Jose Diaz, Thank you for so much, man. Andre Rodriguez, man. OTB, outside the box boxing, bro. Thank you so much, man. Carlos Mendoza, Peter Von Ox. Man, you guys, Slugger Sam, you guys make it worthwhile coming in here and doing this, man. Paul Sotak, bro, thank you for coming by. Yankee Kyle, man, appreciate you coming in here. The Healer, thanks, my brother. On the mic with Terrence Bailey, man. Salute to you, man. I don't want to miss anybody because, man, I don't like to be missed myself. Carl, thank you for coming in here, man. Thank you for coming in here, man. I don't want to run out of breath. It's been so much fun over here. But Bruce Gass, Boxing, Jazz, and More. Remember to see me on Friday night, man. Jonathan Felton. This man has been in the ring with many. He's been in the ring with Riddick Bowe. He's been in the ring with Burt Cooper. He was going over the list. He's got so many stories to tell. He's got a record that like 6 wins and 26 losses. But he's going to explain all this. He's going to explain some of the grimiest side of boxing, which hey, we know it's out there, and I'm fortunate enough to have these great guests on here to to tell us what it was really all about back in the day, man. So Bruce Gass, Boxing, Jazz, and More. Please come and see me on Friday night, 7 o'clock. Me and Mad Chad, we're gonna talk to Jonathan Felton, and we're gonna have a great time. And make sure you give me a thumbs up if you haven't subscribed. Please do. Bruce Gass, Boxing, Jazz, and More. And I'm out of here, man. God bless you.